Alright Pisces, let's get to your reading. Thank you so much for tuning in. I do hope that these readings resonate with you. And if not, please check out your other signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Whatever sign you identify with. As, you know, sometimes the messages for you are going to be kind of scattered because we are not just our sun sign. We are made up of different energies, different elements of our birth chart. So make sure that you're covering all your bases there. Okay, so the first card for you, Pisces, giving the overall energies for the rest of August, we have Temperance. Okay, so a major arcana card and a very beautiful card, very mild energy, and not mild in a sense that, you know, it's mediocre or anything like that. This energy is like, is balance, it's harmony, it's all about finally getting it together. I feel like, you know, it's finally like, maybe some of you have been on the extreme, and for some reason I'm feeling like this is strongly to do with relationships. And so it's like you guys are like, you know, you literally have blending of fire and water here. You guys are water signs, and this is a fire month until we go into Virgo, but it is Leo season, and most of the inner planets are in Leo. Long story short, there's a lot of fiery energy going on around us, and it's hard for us to escape that. And as water signs, I feel like sometimes, you know, you struggle a little bit when there's all this passion, all this fire around you, because you don't really know what to do with it, and it's kind of a bit wild. It's wild energy, and it's almost like for water signs, when there's all this fiery energy, it's almost like you dampen that down, and so it doesn't have really the same effect on the same people. And I feel like with this card, this is like blending perfectly the fire and water energy. And this is, you know, the fire doesn't you know, heat up and evaporate the water, and the water doesn't put out the fire. You guys are finding that balance, and it's not so one-sided, it's not so black and white. So I feel like for some of you, you know, you've been maybe fighting your partner or your spouse or your love interest, and you've been kind of at odds with them, and it's kind of like you want it this way, they want it that way, and there's only one way, and like it's almost like you guys are like, you were butting heads, and you couldn't really get to common ground, and now finally you guys are. Or maybe this is not even with a partner, but possibly related to a partner, but mostly to do with your energy. And it's like you've been a bit extreme in your head, and you've been like kind of like, well, I need this and that. And like, let's say some of you Pisces are like, you're like, I need passion and romance, and I need all this, and I'm not getting all this. And then, you know, the next day you're like, oh, well, you know, I do have that, but I need, you know, I need excitement, and I need detachment. I need to, you know, be single. And I feel like some of you Pisces have kind of been up and down all over the place. It's like you say one thing, but then, you know, 5 minutes later, your mood completely changes. And I feel like that's what happens when you have all this fiery energy mixed with, you know, the moodiness of water signs. And so I feel like this Temperance is a really good card, good energy. This is a blessing. This is like you guys are finally, you know, kind of just removing yourself from your emotions and from your core primal instincts, which is what fire is. It represents our, you know, innate desires, our impulses, just our basic human drives. And then when you have, again, that moodiness with the water signs, it's like, it's really like volatile energy. And you guys, I feel like, have recently been all over the place. But now Temperance, it's harmony, it's balance, it's chilling out and just relaxing, and not having to, you know, respond to every whim that our body and that our mind is bringing to our attention. You know, if you suddenly get the urge to do something, you don't have to act on it, and you don't have to feel guilty about it after. You don't have to be like analyzing every single part, every single feeling, every single thought that you have. You guys are mellowing out and you guys are just taking it one step at a time, and you guys are taking your your body, what your body's telling you, those urges, and what your mind, what your thoughts have been, and you're kind of just like almost like having the Zen attitude where you guys are just taking it in but then breathing it out just as easily, and you're not getting stuck on the little things. You're not bugging out over the nitty gritty details and of every single thing. You guys are just looking at it from a bird's eye view. You guys are looking at the bigger picture. I hope that made sense to some of you, but I was trying to say that you guys may have been just on the go, trying to like either ignore your feelings or trying to compensate for your feelings, trying to fix your feelings. But now it's like you guys are just it is what it is, and you guys aren't stressing about it anymore. So for some of you, this card could represent maybe just your thoughts and your fears that you've been having lately in relation to just your self-worth for some reason, I'm getting. So maybe some of you have been really like doubting your worth, and maybe some of you have been questioning your choices and kind of evaluating how you've gotten to where you are in your life right now, and deciding, or not deciding, but really trying to figure out if you're happy with the way you are. Overall, I feel like there has been a sense of like over evaluation, but now definitely I feel like you guys are chilled out, you guys are happy, you guys are content, you guys have faith that everything will work out, and you guys are just in your own element. You guys are literally unbothered by the chaos and by the little things. You don't stress about them anymore. You guys are good. You guys could care less. Nothing can kill your vibe. That's what this card is all about. And I'm so happy for you, Pisces. I feel like this is, peace of mind. This is serenity that, kind of crept up on you. It was almost like you didn't, like, it's obviously what you wanted, but you didn't realize that, it slowly just came on its own after, just the little things that you do every day, just by, putting in that work and just deciding to not stress about the little things and just being present in the current moment, in the present. And it's really paying off. And I feel like you guys might be realizing it now, and you guys are just like, oh, wow. And you guys are happy. It's like you guys just, you guys have been happy for a while, and then you're like, something's different. And it's like, oh, I'm happy. And that's what it is. Okay, so something for you Pisces to be aware of, something that you may be missing, something that should be brought to your attention is the Fool in the reverse position. Okay, so great interplay here with these two cards. We have the Fool, which is another major arcana card, and Temperance. So the Fool is the first card in the major arcana. It's 0 here because it's not even a number. It's like the pure potential of the journey ahead. So I do feel like, this card, this Temperance card, is transformation. This is, growth. And this is kind of, I feel like this is that calm before the storm. And I don't mean storm in a bad way, but I feel like, a new phase, a new chapter of your life is beginning. A new, even mental state of mind for you guys it's here. And this is where this Temperance card comes into play. You guys are finally like, you guys have broken through that barrier, and you guys have kind of made it to the next level, and you guys are enjoying life, and you guys are enjoying the present moment. But there's something coming. There's something more to come, and it's good. It's a good positive energy. You've earned it. This is literally like, a transformation. You guys have earned the right to start a new chapter in your life, and just to have this new found whole sense of wholeness and completion, and this sense of tranquility and sense of accomplishment. I feel like some of you Pisces are feeling very like just like proud of yourselves, and you should be proud. But now what's to come is going to be something that challenges you even more. And, you know, it never really gets easier. And I mean that in the best way possible, because it's like, if things are easy, you're not challenging yourself, you're not growing. So it's a good sign, you know? You have those moments, which I feel like right now, this is that moment where you guys have a bit of time to stop, smell the roses. You guys have a bit of time to, you know, sit, take a break, take a breather, and to reflect on your life, to reflect on your accomplishments, and to feel proud of yourself. What's coming now, though, is a journey. This is the beginning of a journey. And I feel like you guys are in a great place to begin. You guys are starting off on the right foot, for sure. I do feel like some of you are still, though, a little bit afraid to let go of your old lifestyle. And I feel like this is a minor issue, even though this is a major arcana card, because I feel like you guys are in such a good mental place right now that this little fear is healthy. This little fear is natural and normal. And I don't see a lot of you Pisces, you know, using that fear to self-sabotage or to, you know, be destructive in your own happiness. I do feel like this is just, you know, something that you kind of is there in the background, inside of you, and it'll pass and you'll still do the right thing. You're still gonna kill it on your journey. But there is a bit of fear there. And again, this is natural because you're about to embark on something amazing, something great. And it's normal to be a bit afraid. But I guess something that you guys may be missing is, you know, maybe if you do have concerns, you are scared, try to communicate that with your partner or with somebody else, a trusted friend or family member, and talk it out, because you're at a very good place where you're in harmony, and you don't want to like ruin that, I guess. You don't want to slowly get back to your old you know, way of being. This, like, you know, your mind is just lit up and you guys are all over the place. You want to keep that harmony, keep that balance. So don't let that tiny little seed of fear develop into, you know, a full-blown rainstorm of chaos. Just nip it in the bud while it's still there. Again, it is healthy and it is normal to be afraid of the unknown, but make sure that you're sharing your thoughts and releasing that energy out there in the world instead of keeping it bottled inside. Okay, so general advice for you Pisces is the Three of Wands. Okay, so this is great energy. You guys are in a really good place right now. I feel like you guys are just killing it. Like, you guys are good. You guys are chilled out. You guys are in your element. This is amazing energy. Oh my god. Okay, so the Three of Wands is general advice. This Three of Wands is, to me, the visionary card. So as general advice, I do feel like you guys have got it. You guys are flaunting it. You guys are good. You guys are on the right road, on the right path. But one area you can improve on is to have a vision for what you want your life to stand for. I feel like you guys are, you know, you guys are working towards your goals. You guys are good in that department. You guys are, you know, having a better handle, better control on your emotions and on your impulses, on your thoughts and your fears. One thing, communicate your fears, communicate your feelings, just share it. I feel like some of you Pisces may be holding a lot of stuff inside and not putting it out there, not sharing it with the right people. And that's one thing that you need to work on, because that'll save you. You know, your truth will set you free. Talk it out. Don't be afraid of the truth, really. There's one thing that you should never, ever, ever apologize for, and that's being truthful, being honest. You can't go wrong if you tell the truth. Okay, so the Three of Wands, as general advice, this is a visionary card. I do feel like this card is possibly referring to, you know, the fact that you're about to start something new, start a new journey. But what is it all for? This is where it kind of gets serious, gets a bit deep. It's like, yes, you're on this journey, you're on your way. But why are we doing this again? Why are we here? What's the point of it all? Just try to keep that in mind. This is I do feel like, you know, some of you may not even be concerned about these things. Some of you are just like, well, you know, I'm happy and that's it. I don't want to know any more than that. I don't want to complicate things, which is good. But I guess the Three of Wands is just like, you know, can you maximize your potential? Can you take advantage of what's ahead of you? You know, you want to be keeping your mind and your eyes open to the possibilities of what's going to happen, because you don't want to look back. You know, you have the opportunity right now at the beginning to look ahead and to make predictions and to, you know, really mold and manifest your life into exactly what you want. And I feel like you need to have that long range, long-term planning in order for that to slowly happen, because I feel like you guys put in the work and slowly but surely it happens. It works out for you because you have a goal in mind. And I feel like right now things might start to pick up, things might start to get a bit hectic and crazy. So while you are in this time right now, that kind of interim, that time for you to, that calm before the storm, that time for you to reflect and look back. Instead of looking back, just back, look forward, because you don't want to be, you know, years down the line and looking back and being like, oh, well, maybe I could have done this differently or whatever. You know, you just want to be making sure that you are just honestly maximizing the potential. We have so much potential here with this Fool card, and it's like, turn that fear, turn your doubts into something positive. You know, try to bring it back to the real, I guess the real reason why fear and worry exists. It's to, you know, make predictions about the future and to deal with problems before they come so that you're prepared for them. So turn that fear again into an open, a two-way or three-way, whatever, communication with somebody, and bounce ideas off of people. Because this 3 is, to me, also about teamwork, and it's about kind of getting your vision, what you want to manifest, what's in your heart, get it out into the real world. So my advice would be to bounce ideas off of people, get that out there, just start spitting, get the ball rolling, and then you can actually have more meaning into your life, and you can really direct the energy. There's a lot of good energy here, but where is it going? You want to be making sure that you're directing that so that you're not just blindly following wherever that light is going. You are an active controller of your own destiny. Okay, so general advice for you Pisces is the 8 of Wands. Okay, you have so much firepower, so much energy, so much horsepower. This 8 of Wands is like a sudden strike of inspiration. You guys are killing it. You guys are good. Oh my god, I'm jealous. 3 of Wands is like having that vision. It's like, okay, let's take a second, and I feel like this is like, again, teamwork, bouncing ideas off, and planning for the future, and having that creative vision, that creative eye, that creative mind to turn this energy, this potential into something unique, something original, and to not just have the same old life that everyone else has. This is like a chance for you to custom make your life. And this 8 of Wands here is like, you guys are going to be inspired. You guys are going to feel motivated. This is so much, so much power, so much passion just inside of you. It's like a torch is being lit underneath you, and you guys, and it's not even a torch, it's like you guys are a rocket ship and you're being lit and you're blasting off. And this is how explosive this energy is. This is how dynamic this energy is. This is insane. This is an amazing reading, and I do feel like you guys, with all this firepower, you guys are toning it down. You guys, not toning it down as in like you're, you know, making it, you're minimizing it, but you guys have so much skill and experience right now to deal with all that impulse. You guys are at a point where, you know, you're not going to be owned and controlled by your passion, not your passion, but by your primal urges, your instincts, your desires. You guys have a clear handle on that. You guys are not even flinching. You guys are good. You guys have the inspiration, you guys have the creative vision, and you have so much potential. You're at a beautiful, beautiful point in your life right now where the world is yours for the taking. You just gotta make sure that you're not keeping anything inside, because that may be your downfall, your only downfall, because this is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy. Okay, this is just outrageously amazing, amazing energy here. So the one piece of advice I guess I would give you is to talk it out, bounce ideas off of people who you trust, and don't keep things bottled in. Don't do it. I guarantee you only good things will happen. One way or another, the truth will literally set you free and will push you to be better than you are. Than you already are, because you guys are freaking amazing right now.